this agenda?
I did.
Please join me.
Lunny.
Allegiance.
Consult.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
There's people coming in.
Mayor Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Bateman?
Here.
Mr. Goodyear?
Here.
Mr. Hart?
Here.
Mr. Ori?
Here.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Here.
Mr. Ping?
Welcome, everyone. With us tonight, we have our Director of Finance, Mark Medler, Clerk of Council, Misty Clark, City Manager, Dave Kennedy, City Solicitor, Joe Braun, Chief of Police, Michael Gabrielson, former council members, Pat Mays, Kent Blair, Todd Osborne. I think I've got everyone. So welcome. Glad to have you here. Ms. Clark, are you leading this first one?
Actually, we have Katie Bergen and Pat Mays here from the Arts Commission who would like
Nice.
to do the presentation.
Am I,
And you're joining them at the
And the checks.
Is that all right, Kate?
I don't know. Can I move this? Okay. Good evening, Mayor Bailey, members of Loveland City Council, and our dedicated community members. On behalf of the Arts Commission, I have the honor of presenting the awards for the second Utility Box Wrap Contest. The goal for this initiative was to blend Loveland's public spaces with local creativity. It allows us to dress up these mundane metal boxes, transforming them into recognizable canvases that reflect the unique character and history of Loveland. We received a lot of wonderful submissions, but there were two that stood out. First, I would like to ask Caitlin to come up. Caitlin Zinn Hammonds, our first finalist. Before she became a wife and mother, Caitlin graduated from Loveland High School and has a rich Loveland family history that goes back over 100 years. At the 5 Points intersection on State Route 48, Caitlin stays true to her career as a packaging designer while bringing this metal box to life. And what's really cool, there's a story to go with it. She states in her entry, "Meet Jamie, named after James Loveland. This robot is a reminder that despite never-ending technological advances, there is an intangible human component to every hometown. Jamie is made from scratch using Adobe Illustrator. He is fully editable and all vector, which means he can be resized with no loss of quality. Be sure to check out the BMC stamp and the QR code on the bottom of his box for some extra Easter eggs. He can't wait to take selfies with the residents." Caitlin, your work went above and beyond our expectations, and it is a privilege to present this award to you. And we thank you for your hard work and for sharing not only your story, but this brilliant design with the City of Loveland.
Yeah.
No? All right.
Our next finalist,
We'll get your picture there. Okay.
Sophie Storr, please come up. As part of the voting process, the entries are presented to the judges, the Arts Commission, anonymously. So we don't know who does any of these designs. After we chose this winning design, I was personally impressed when I found out that it was created by a 9th grade student. Her unique style, use of light and color, and even her choice of subject matter is proof that her awareness and ability to create her own version of what she sees is beyond her years of experience. Sophie is now a sophomore at Loveland High School. In middle school, one of her designs was chosen for the school yearbook. As a freshman, she was co-president of the art club, where her leadership skills were born through an idea she came up with called the Art Board, a space displayed in the hallways for creatives like herself to showcase any artwork they choose to share. It's really cool, by the way. Her creativity goes beyond visual art, playing the French horn in the Loveland Marching Band. Today, you can appreciate her work as it stands on Wall Street next to Union Savings Bank. Using digital illustration and in her very own style, she portrays snapshots of Loveland with bold colors and pleasing compositions. Sophie, your originality and confidence in your work is inspiring. I'm happy to present this award to you, and we thank you for your hard work and for sharing your creative mind with the City of Loveland. So to conclude, on behalf of the Loveland's Art Commission and everyone here, we congratulate both of you and wish you continued success in all of your future creations. Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you to Katie and to Pat and to the entire Arts Commission. This is, how many years is this, the second time?
Yes,
Second time we've done this. So this was...
It took a while to get it moving because that COVID fiasco.
Sure. Well, we appreciate your innovative ideas. I've noticed them. They're very cool. So thank you for giving us your talent, sharing that. Let's do a picture with the four of you and council.
Should we stay up here? Or? I was not that good, man. Shake hands or That worked. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, shit. That's good.
Too bad. Got that one back there.
What?
All right. We don't have anybody signed up, so the next item is the minutes from the October 14th, 2025 meeting. Changes or additions?
Move to approve as written.
There's a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bateman.
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear.
Yes.
Mr. Hart.
Yes.
Mr. Ori.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps.
Yes.
Mr. Ping.
Yes.
Mayor Bailey.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Mr. Medler.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. So before you, we have the 2026 agreement with our financial software provider, Civica CMI. Since this is above the city manager's purchasing authority of $15,000, we bring it to you today. Interesting of note on here, most of the items went up about 4%. There is one item that was a little bit more, caused us to go from about $27,000 last year to $34,000 this year. As you know, we're using Paycor for our payroll system, but we have to maintain our files and information for, I believe it's like 50 years. So we need some information from our past system if we have information requests or anything like that for pension reporting. So we were doing a one-time purchase to maintain the past payroll information from the CMI software. So that explains the increase in this expense in 2026.
All right. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Read the resolution, please.
Resolution authorizing payment of annual license, support, and maintenance fees for the city's financial software.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Goodyear.
Yes.
Mr. Hart.
Yes.
Mr. Ori.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps.
Yes.
Mr. Ping.
Yes.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Resolution 88 is adopted by a vote of
Mr. Kennedy?
So, in front of council is an resolution authorizing submission of a land water conservation grant application for the next wave of improvements in Nisbet Park. One of the things we learned going through the review process for the amphitheater at a federal level that we wanted to pick projects that had very little amount of earth disturbance. So we sort of we picked these projects specifically. What we are proposing to do is 4 elements. Trailside lighting along, obviously the lighting that is in the park no longer actually mirrors where the trail is. That lighting is sort of outlived its usefulness. We want to come up with a combination and that matches our downtown lighting with the bollard style lighting you see in the new parking lot. The next wave, we want to do an interior and exterior renovation of the restroom. We would like to take the stone veneer that will be on the wing wall at the amphitheater and run it halfway up on the exterior of the restrooms, and then use a hardy plank the rest of the way. That will make a major improvement to the restroom. And then we would gut the inside, all new, you know what I'm talking about, facilities within the interior part of the restroom. That then will mirror the roof in the restroom is new. The floors are new. So that will completely redo that and really make it fitting with what's going on in the rest of the park. We originally had planned for more than just one adult swing. When that gets going, project Chris has been advancing for a while. I think the call for more of those, I know the mayor has been regularly stating that we're going to need more of those. We felt that this was a good opportunity to add another adult swing, again, with views of the Little Miami River that will be pretty special. Those are pricey to get the ones that the city wants that meet the plan. Lastly, and this somewhat is in line with a streetscape project we're doing, is the goal was always to create another gateway into Nisbet from Carl Brown. That goes way back to actually Councilmember Phelps' goal of expanding and improving the sidewalks on the bridge. The thought was we want to create that pedestrian flow for coming over the bridge and being able to allow people to have walkway into what we call the North Carl Brown Gateway. You will, I think that if the city is successful with the Schildemeyer property and you have amenities out there, you may see more and more back and forth over the bridge from what someday will be done to the Schildemeyer if the city is funded back in. And so this gateway is keeping with the plan, and this would be a timely meeting, to put it in this application. All total, it's $182,282. The city would required to put in a 50% local match. The application is due November 14th. This resolution is a requirement for the application.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Mr. Hart?
Is there a timeline for approval or this grant?
If it'll be submitted November 14th, we'll know early in 26. These are simple projects. The restroom was all a local vendor quote that we receive. That will be easy. We don't anticipate the same issues we had with the federal review. We learned a very valuable lesson. We are in a floodway. The park is in a floodway adjacent to a national scenic river. We should pick projects when it comes to federal funding that have less earth disturbance. So we do feel if funded, we'll be able to move this along. Ironically, you're going to have, this goes back to what council talked about during the CIP and what the mayor talked about. Things just take a while, especially when you're as dependent because of the grant money. But you may have quite a chain of events going here because the walking path with the adult swing should be starting. That will then be followed by the amphitheater, which we just received some ODNR money for the walkway from the back of the amphitheater over to the restrooms. And then you may be able to wheel right into this. So, and it's sort of funny how things are delayed, but then they all sort of just come out. We never thought we would be doing the parking lot at the same time we did our plan to redo all the sidewalks on Railroad. It just sort of came out that way. So I do think you're going to start to see this big flux of work. And we've been talking, the mayor and I've been talking about some of the in-house projects we can do. The pathway down to the river. You saw what our public works can do when you saw what they did along the bike trail. There's some other elements. The Arts Commission is working on the artist piece. This may be one of the last big grants we need to really finish off Nisbet, we hope, if it's funded. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Yes, Mr. Ping.
Just a quick question on the restrooms. You said that includes all the fixtures inside. There currently is some space heater type of heaters in there. Would those be replaced? And is there any chance of that including conditioning of the space in the winter or summertime as well, or is it just going to stay the way it is?
I didn't include that in the cost estimate, but that's actually not, because the electrical stubs are there. That's not actually all that expensive. We did it to McCoy, and we did it to Lever, and we hope to do it to Phillips. It's not all that expensive. I'll talk to the contractor.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? All right, read the resolution, please.
Resolution authorizing the city manager to submit and execute an Ohio Department of Natural Resources Land, Water, and Conservation Fund application for the Nesbitt Park Master Plan implementation final phase project.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Ori,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps,
Yes.
Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear.
Yes.
Resolution 89 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Mr. Kennedy.
So in November of 2022, for the first time, the city worked with the White Pillars HOA to begin the process of doing snow removal within all of the non-dedicated portions of the subdivision. When a subdivision goes in and there's not a whole lot of them, and they choose to build streets that are not to the city standards, they do that, and they know that that they'll cover the maintenance, so on and so forth, of those roads. So this would be very similar to even like a condominium development. The city doesn't go into condominium. So non-dedicated streets, on the one side, they don't require the same standards. So at the upfront, they're not as expensive to construct. And then they use HOA monies to cover this. They reached out to us because to do this, and we've been doing it since 2022. And we actually had some preliminary conversations with a small section up in Brandywine. So we did it twice last year. We invoiced the HOA's organization, and we did. I just make myself do it the day after, just so I don't forget. So we did 2 at $1,125. So we invoiced and collected $2,250. Those go, Mark puts those just go in for salt, and that's pretty much it. They've got those down to a science when they plow those roads.
Any comments or questions? Yes, Mr. Bateman.
Just a question about the terms. Is there any reason why we couldn't extend this in the future beyond just a year-to-year contract?
Yeah, I don't know why I do this just on 1 year basis. Never made any sense. I mean, when you say that, it really doesn't. I don't know why we do this every year.
It just seems like it's a beneficial thing for the neighborhood.
Well, because then John gets to ask salt questions.
Right, yeah. I'm trying to prevent maybe that,
That'd be great.
That's his question.
Yeah, just curious. I don't know if maybe the next time we talk to the HOA that we might breach the subject of extending this beyond just 1 year.
Good point.
Any other comments or questions, Mr. Hart?
Well, we have already committed our salt funds for the year. Do we feel like we have enough reserves to handle?
Are you talking salt, John?
Salt, feel good about that.
He doesn't even care.
Yes, we do. We actually are completely full in both containers, both our Commerce Park and the one down by East Loveland Nature Preserve.
Feel good about that. Thanks.
Yes.
Any other questions?
They're just salt shakers. They're small.
Okay, read the resolution, please.
Resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement for snow and ice removal of the undedicated streets within the White Pillar subdivision.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ori,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps,
Yes.
Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear,
Yes.
Mr. Hart.
Yes.
Resolution 90 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Mr. Kennedy.
So I'm covering for Chris on this one. This is simply a notice of planning commission action. This is passing forward the SPD up in the heights, and just at this point in time, all the city would be doing. We're calling this the Highlands of Loveland Special Planning District. It's 23 single-family attached units to be constructed on, well, actually was land formerly owned by the city. At this point in time, all we're requesting is a motion from City Council to set a public hearing for November 12th, 2025 at around 7 p.m.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Can we have a motion?
I'll move that we set a public hearing to discuss the SPD at Highland on November 12th at or around 7 p.m.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Phelps,
Yes.
Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Ori.
Yes.
Motion carries with a vote of 7-0.
Mr. Medler.
Thank you, Mayor. So we have completed 3/4 of 2025. So our vision of where we're going to finish 25 is coming into view. We are very confident that income tax is going to finish with $7 million this year for the first time. So we're very, very excited about that. The big driver of that, we had a very large January. So when looking forward for 2026, we kind of have to keep that in mind. So right now, if we look at 2025, we're about 10% higher than what 24 gave us. So I wasn't going to anticipate that November and December are going to be 10%. It's kind of closer to about 4.5% to 5%, which still, there have been many years where 4% would be outstanding income tax revenue to come in. So as I say, going with that pace, I feel very confident that we're going to finish with $7 million this year. Our other revenues have been doing very well. Property taxes coming in where we think it is. So the general fund seems to be in pretty good shape for 2025. So moving on to our investments, those are the revenue that has been coming down a bit this year. You know, we're not seeing 5% interest rates anymore, but it's certainly not dropping off the face of the earth where we had in 2020 where we were getting 0.01% interest. And those days, thankfully, we don't see them coming back. We're still in some pretty good shape. But our rates going down, some of our CDs, we're starting to see those get into the 3 range. So to kind of keep our revenue up, we've talked with the Finance Commission about having more of our cash go into our Star Ohio account or some other investments. So right now, a lot of our money is in our day-to-day checking account with LC&B, which we do have what they call a sweep account with LC&B, where a lot of the money, if you're not using it on a day-to-day basis, they will invest it for you. So that's been pretty helpful. But right now, that's kind of in the 2% range. So one thing that we look at with the Finance Commission is how much money do we really need to have in our checking account on a day-to-day basis. And that's kind of things that we do at home. You know, you have money in your checking account just to make sure you can pay your bills, but when you can, you'll move it into a CD or a savings account, try to get a little bit more interest on that. That's kind of what we're doing. We feel pretty confident with the amount that we have in our day-to-day checking account, and we're moving any excess over to Star Ohio so that we can hopefully get a little more interest revenue and to make up for those rates that have been coming down. So kind of moving on with our fire funds, those funds have been doing well, managing the levy that we passed in 2022. Things are going very well there. One item of concern. So as we are building the new fire station, we have been getting monthly invoices to pay the vendor and then getting monthly reimbursements from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to kind of keep that floating. I talked to Mr. Weinich last week and I said, hey, we haven't gotten that check from the feds recently. What's up with that? And he said, yeah, you don't keep up with the news, do you? So right now, the feds owe us about $400,000 for our fire funds. So this is something that we are definitely going to keep an eye on. If the shutdown keeps going towards the end of the year, we might have a situation where we need to float some cash. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, of course, on a day-to-day basis and keeping you up to date on where we are. We are in no risk of not paying our bills. We are continuing to build the fire station. We are going to continue to pay for the fire station being built. That is not a problem. It's just how we're going to do it. Moving on to our enterprise funds, keep moving right along. Our water operations and capital are based off our different projects. Our stormwater fees, which were increased this year, that fund's doing very well. So we're keeping an eye on all those projects and all those funds. And those are the major points that I have for the financial memo. If you have any questions.
All right, Mr. Hart is our rep to finance. Do you have anything you wish to add?
I would just note that one, the budgeting process continues to amaze me because of those people, not the least of which is former Councilman Kent Blair, extremely intelligent and have the city's best interest at mind at all times. And one of the things that we asked for recently on the commission was to have the Raymond James rep come in and talk through our investments and make sure that we're doing everything we can to create revenue in alternate ways and try to be creative with those funds. So I feel pretty comfortable that as a commission and Mr. Medler leading that, doing everything we can to increase funds in creative ways and making sure that we're getting every cent that we possibly can to redirect into the city.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Medler? Yes, Mr. Ping.
Just a question that kind of came to my mind as you were talking about the government shutdown having an effect. So we have the money to cover that and so forth, but I'm just curious because of the restrictions that are sometimes on investment accounts and things that tie them up. Do you have any concerns that if this were to drag on, that having funds tied up in those investments would cost us to have to pay penalties or something to get to the money that we didn't think we were going to need, but now maybe we do?
Right. So the money that's tied up is mostly in our Raymond James account. So of our investment revenue, that's about, I believe it's $2.5 million, something like that. Most of our money, and as of the end of the third quarter, I believe it was about $5 million or so, is in Star, Ohio, which is much more liquid. We can pull that out whenever we need it to.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right, I think we need a motion to accept the third quarter report.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Ori,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right. Under City Council reports, Trick or Treat is this Friday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Next Tuesday is Election Day. The following Tuesday, November 11th, is Veterans Day, and our city offices will be closed that day. And for that reason, the next City Council meeting will be the following day, Wednesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. Does anyone else have any comments, reports? Yes, Mr. Ori.
Yeah, tagging on to what I said earlier about the CIP and the connectivity and Mr. Kennedy listening to residents' concerns. There was a concerned resident talking about the Broadway Avenue and Hannah connectivity and thinking about our goals of keeping things connected and safe. Mr. Kennedy put in a sidewalk that connected Hannah down to Broadway. Wasn't in the improvements or on the budget, but it was one of those that he listened to the resident and made it happen. I just want to thank him for it. It looks great, and it is already been walked and is very safe. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Vice Mayor, I believe you have a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that council enter executive session under Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22 G2 to consider the purchase of property for public purposes.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear?
Yes.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Ping?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
What?
absolutely nothing.
I'm live. Are we all here? Can we have a motion to adjourn?
So
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear,
yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Ori,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps,
Yes.
Vice, I just did that. Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey.
Yes.
Carry 7 to 0.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Andy.
Just got a promotion.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's where all the,
The messenger.
that's where all the hip people are going to be.
Yeah.